So guys, welcome to our channel, and we are very excited to have you here. Firstly, tell us the name of the band. It's very interesting. How did you come up with this name?
What's up, people? We are Bending Waves, and for this question, I guess Richie over here has the best answer.
Okay. So, yeah, my name is Richie. I play the guitar. When we started Bending Waves, it was me and our vocalist, who's not here right now, he's busy, but we started out in school. And we had a few small performances, and then middle of 2022, we decided to get back together again, and we started gigging around town. And that time we had no idea what to call ourselves. We just decided to call ourselves me and my friend. It was a duo band. So we were doing that for a while, and then we realized that our name needs to work. It's very weird. It doesn't work. So we decided to call ourselves Bending Waves, and it didn't have a meaning initially because it was just a spontaneous decision, no? And after that, we got this interpretation of Bending Waves like in our own imagination, where as it created the image of the band. So first of all, the name started, and that way the image of the band was created around the name, and it fit really well because Bending Waves to us means you don't have to go in a straight line of society, we want it to be different from whatever anyone else is doing, to not make it boring. So that's what Bending Waves is to us, and everyone else can interpret it in their own way. It's a very large spectrum of meaning that can be out.
Talking about being different, how different is your soundscape?
Soundscape wise, I think we ourselves have asked that question, what is our sound? Honestly, our sound is whatever we make. We make songs very quite simply put, it's quite simple the way we write songs. There's guitar, there's bass, there's drums, and there's sweet vocals. So overall, I feel like we revolve around being ourselves. We have some distorted guitars, sometimes some sweet tones, awfully good melodies, whispering drums. Yeah, man, that's how we describe our music.
And if you talk about your own individual inspirations, like where do you musical influences, if you could talk about it?
Okay, so me personally, I listened to a lot of metal growing up. I started off with bands like Avenged Sevenfold, and as I went more into metal, I started going into more the heavier side, stuff like Meshuggah, Animals as Leaders, Periphery. So these bands like really influenced my style of playing, like the chords they used or like the licks they usually do. It really influenced my sound. And also I feel like the way I play bass it comes from that language of music, a very metal style. So yeah.
Just to add to that, I believe our inspiration also has an important role when it comes to how we sound. Obviously I come from a different background, he comes from a different background, guitars comes from a different background, but because of how versatile we all are in our own ways, come together, we sort of bring our inspiration towards how we sound, so we get it together. So yeah, I believe that's one reason why we sound the way we sound, and in a way, it also has helped us to be more creative and original as much as possible.
For me, when we started out the band as a duo, we were very worried about how different our tastes in music are, and like how will we gel it together. And at the end of the day, I was the one playing blues. Our vocalist was listening to grunge, Nirvana, and I started getting into grunge along because of him. And I started listening to metal because of these people. And they started listening to some blues, like because I played around them. And because of that, all our music tastes got intertwined together. It created a very different genre of what we produce through our music. Till this day, we can't pinpoint what genre we are. We don't think we have to. We're just doing what we do. That's what.
Talking about the lyrics, very strong lyrics. How much the socio-political issues really inspire your songwriting process?
Could you repeat that question again?
I said, how much the socio-political issues inspire your lyrics or songwriting?
Socio-political issues. I guess we can remove the political part. I don't think so. We ever talk about. I don't think so. We talk about societal issues or things related to politics or even religion. In fact, our lyrics come from our singer. He's the one who writes them. He himself is a very mysterious person. Agree? Everyone agrees. So like, he's gone through a lot in life. So I do believe whatever he writes down comes from his personal experiences or his view on life. And the topics mostly revolve around what he feels, his emotions, how he grasps certain situations, how he feels about certain situations when it comes to dealing with different people. We have songs that talk about breakups, we have songs that talk about like sadder emotions in life. You know, you can't always talk about like happy stuff. Oh, I'm happy. Oh, I got this much money. I got 20 bands in my car. Nah. So like, we talk about more stuff from the heart, more emotion based, and I think so. Our lyrical content is gonna keep being that way up until our singer becomes very happy. You know, which is, I don't think so. Any of us will be very happy like that anytime soon. But yeah.
So what I've seen is when our singer writes lyrics, he doesn't think much about it. He writes randomly whatever he feels in the moment, you know. He doesn't give too much thought about what he's going through. He just puts it down on pen and paper. That's one thing about it. He doesn't even use phone to write lyrics. He always does it on a pen and paper. He says it's more organic for him. And that way, his process of writing is very nice because like you can interpret it in any way you want. But at the end of the day, his view of the song is completely different. Like, whenever he shows us the song, we think of it as like this happened or that happened. And when we ask him what it's about, it's completely different meaning. So it's accessible to everyone, you know, you can relate to it in your own way. So maybe politically, if you look at it with that perspective, it can apply to politics. But for him, in his mind, he never thought about that. It just applied to everything. That's why it's like, it may sound socially or politically influenced, but I don't think that was the intention. It was just how it happened.
When you look back this journey of yours, some memorable gigs for you all, which has been like really.
I know mine.
Yeah.
So
I know all of them.
I mean, like, we had a night where, I mean, three of us right here were like, this is my opinion, like, we had a show at Evening Club. It was our first band show where, like, you know, it's only our show, no openers, no one else, just us, people enjoying our music. So that night, before the performance, we got a little drunk, okay? Okay, yeah, you can believe whatever you want. So,
We were not drunk.
I was drunk. This guy was drunk. Yeah, this guy was drunk, but you know. So, anyways, like when I was on stage, I felt like I was playing bad. But you know, when I checked the clips after the performance, it sounded neat, and I felt like that night on stage, I was super worried. Hence, like maybe it's the adrenaline or my consciousness told me, hey, you gotta buckle up and like give a good show. So I feel that everyone that day, even though they were like under the influence, we had like one of the best shows of our life when it came to like crowd interaction, the energy we had on stage, and just like chemistry between each other. It was just organic. We were just flowing, you know.
You can always cut this clip. I told him not to be entirely honest before this, but yeah, he's so. But yeah, that night was
Even you agree?
That night, I do agree. It was an amazing night. Obviously, we had fun. We had fun, and that's what I believe all matters. Because at the end of the day, I don't think there's a memorable show per se. Since we've played for a pretty long time now, I don't think there's a particularly memorable show, but moments like that I would describe that as memorable.
Yeah.
And, I mean, at the end of the day, it should be fun. That particular night is actually fun.
I have one. 15th August Independence Day 2025. Crazy night that night. The crowd, it was like a sea of people. It was an open air concert. And we were the last performing act. And oh my god, the crowd was so scary because we were going on stage plugging in our guitars and it was like, "Hey, bajao na, time ho gaya abhi." We were so scared, we were literally scared on stage. These people might start rioting or whatever. And we were worried, what if they were requesting for Hindi songs?
Oh,
and
they were, yeah.
we played our own original music which they don't even know. So we were worried, how will this be fun for them, no? But at the end of the day, I think our energy was good on stage or whatever, but the crowd was jumping to our songs, they were singing along, and we were teaching them some of the melodies to sing along with us, and it felt very good seeing them singing parts of the songs that we wrote ourselves. You know? So it's a very surreal moment in every artist's life. I think when you have a crowd singing your song, it felt very good to the heart.
You brought a very interesting point about Hindi songs and Bollywood, for instance. As an independent band, how challenging is it? Because I always say Bollywood is like a sucking machine. It kind of sucks everything, your creativity, everything. How challenging is too? Because when the audience wants Hindi songs, but you want to perform your original, how do you see, or do you believe it should be a balance, mix and match?
For me, I think my parents, they kind of, they asked me, Richie, why don't you and your band play Hindi songs, Bollywood songs? You guys will get a bigger crowd and you'll get paid more handsomely. And I mean, sure, I like Bollywood. It's good to listen to. It's fun, but it's just not something that we grew up with so much. You know, we don't relate to it as well as we should. But so far, whatever songs that really touch our hearts have all been Western music or maybe just English written music from different artists all around the world. They're more accessible to us. So even when we perform, we sometimes look for venues. Sometimes they prefer artists who will sing Bollywood songs. That's a challenge. But I think out here where we are, we have some sort of a higher hand, because here the people they do accept English music more openly, so it gives us a better chance to work out with it. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's just if you gotta keep being you know, you can't just follow whatever the crowd wants. That way you won't have anything original anymore. So we don't really care if they want Bollywood artists more. We just want to be independent and English writing music.
I would also say that us growing up in Shillong is very different than, like, in comparison, like if you grew up in Guwahati or Delhi or Kolkata. Here in Shillong, life is quite westernized in its own way. Obviously we're still tribals, but I feel like we've accepted a Western lifestyle much more than people from other parts of the country. Hence, even the language Hindi, it's not like we mind or anything. It's not our first language. Our first language is either English or the local language, you know, for everyone here. And I feel like that gives us a good enough reason to like not play Hindi music, because it's not natural for us. Bollywood songs are popular all around India, but we can go in depth and say that, I mean, like, the Northeast is very culturally different from the rest of India. Because of geopolitical reasons, maybe we're part of India, but let's not go there. So stuff like that also affects the people, right? So here people in Shillong never really got exposed to Hindi as much as like a person from Mumbai. Here people listen to more English songs, or you'll find this funny Latino songs. Because you go to the villages, you're gonna hear a person busting out some cholo music, you know, like some reggaeton beats and all. Life here is quite different from the rest of India. Hence, even music from here speaks the same language. We're more comfortable listening to bands that sing in English. You know, all the classic rock bands like Iron Maiden, whatever. These songs influenced us more than Kishore Kumar. Sadly, it's nothing bad or good, but
Right.
that's just how our life is.
Just to add to that, since I also play for Bollywood band. So, I speak for them.
Yeah.
I believe we should influence the crowd here in Shillong as well, if possible, that is. But at the end of the day, you can't force it on anyone, because like you guys mentioned earlier, we are entirely bombarded by the Western culture, so that's probably one of the reasons why we grow up, playing Western songs, because it comes from our parents also. Our parents has always listened to all these, like you said, classic rock and all that stuff, and that has structured the way we perceive music in general. So yeah, but if possible, I would love to.
Nothing wrong in Hindi. It's just
nothing wrong
You're
with
right.
not our first language. Sorry.
It's fun, to be honest. I play for Bollywood band myself, so it's fun sometimes. It's like getting out of the box, experiencing new stuff, and trying to. It's kind of hard also. But yeah, it's fun. So.
It's kind of balancing both.
It's all about being versatile at the end of the day.
I personally love KK, like that era of Bollywood songs, like the 2000s. Like I have so many memories from
Indie pop, so-called indie pop.
Rest in peace, Vivian.
Rest in peace, Vivian. That class of singers was so different, not like
Right.
now oh mama. That person's coming to Cherry Blossom, by the way.
Yeah, talking about these festivals, and we know Shillong is the rock capital, and these festivals. How's the scene? These festivals, how much does it benefit, especially bands like you in general?
So juicy time, man. Yeah, honestly, I don't care, bro. See, like I believe, like every other place in the world, music. Getting like performances for music is not based on your merit, it's based on your connections. It's not just music, it's like
Everywhere, every sector, I think.
So your question, like how do we feel
About these festivals happening, how much does it benefit actually? Because
okay, like for a band like us, performing at such stages would benefit us a lot because they help bring our music to newer audiences. But that's the biggest pros, I would say, and also, of course, the experience of performing live. But getting there is the hard bit because you need a buttload of connections to even get a slot in a festival. That's just how the music scene works over here. There are some people that hog up the slots. I'm not gonna name them, but people know who they are. And it's just sad to see that even if you don't give the slot to Bending Waves, there's a lot more other bands in town that deserve musical experiences and opportunities as such. But there's a lot of politics behind the scenes, and it's hard to get into places even if you put in the hard work. It's like almost you gotta play the game, which is annoying.
So just to take on, sorry to interrupt, just to take on from there, do you think your senior bands who have been here for a long time, do kind of help or support the young bands, upcoming bands,
yeah, they do. Like our senior bands, like maybe like 3-4 years seniors,
right.
They help us out a lot.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Community.
Yeah.
Our music community, the proper one, according to my definition, is like my close group of musical friends in town, because everyone's a bitch over here, man. Everyone wants to do their own thing, wants to steal away your show. These guys who we talk to, they share their tips, they give us tips. They like our music, they take tips from us. It's not like that with everyone. It's a very cutthroat society.
Competition.
Well,
talking about festivals.
Okay, coming back to festivals. What was your question again?
I said how much these festivals actually benefit bands like you all.
How much does it benefit? Well, it depends. I feel like here, how things work is simply, like you said, connections, and how long you've actually been in the scene, and how much connections you have with these particular organizers. It's at the end of the day, it's like you said, it's all about kissing ass, and this, you've said it all, to be honest. That's pretty much it.
It's the truth, nothing but
it does, to some degree, it does benefit the local artists if they do get the opportunity to perform, that is. But if they don't, then what's the point? Right? But we do need hi Bhaskar. We do need to get our music out there, and these festivals really would benefit in that aspect. And yeah, I mean, we have. So I feel like as musicians, also we need something to offer as well to these festivals, and I believe we have that now. So please do that.
Vending waves just want some gigs, so
I mean,
we're available for hire.
look at it this
Even
way.
Kolkata also, right?
Anywhere. Like for bands like us, we need a lot of support. And when we don't get the support from our own town, it's just sad, like I feel like a band like ours does deserve an opportunity. I don't think so. We're not ass. We're like probably one of the best bands in Shillong, to be honest. But yeah, man, like why do you have to do all this connection bullshit, man? Like it's just irritating. We just want to stick to the music side, put out dope music, dope videos, dope albums, dope production. Indulging in all of that after we do all of this it just spoils the mood.
We're going to wrap this up in an interview soon. Just couple of questions. Like, since all of you are the young generation musicians, and we see in this world a lot of chaos happening, like a lot of negativity, a lot of wars happening. Do you think as a musician there lies a responsibility to address these issues? Or do you believe that music has the power to change, or like a tool for change?
Oh yeah, I mean, music is a very big tool. When you look at bands like System of a Down, Rage Against the Machine, these bands were like openly very political. I would say when you go to like riots and all in the US, you'll be hearing music being played from bands like these. They really bring in an emotion in the people. But I don't know whether Bending Waves is a band that is interested in doing that. I mean, as I said, we don't specifically write lyrics to socio-political issues. It's more like we care about what you feel as a person, the emotions you deal with, and we write about that. Responsibility of a musician when it comes to that, don't know, man. I feel like there are different bands you can listen to if you wanna go on a riot. Ours is a different style of music for a different situation depending upon what you feel in life. So yeah, I mean, Bending Waves is Bending Waves. I don't think so. We are interested in that.
Just to add to that, it does not necessarily have to be riots to be specific. I mean, there's always a way to spread positivity, whether in terms of political content or just as individual musicians in general. We can always try to spread positivity in terms of music. So yeah, I mean, yes, I believe Bending Waves has the capability to do that. If required, that is, we'll almost,
Yeah, I mean,
at the end of the day, that's what we want to do.
our second single, Feeling Good, it's all about feeling good. So it's not like we tell people, hey, just be sad all the time. Hell no, like, we have songs that talk about your emotion of feeling good. As I said, emotions being a very big part of the band. So, yeah.
Responsibility wise, like that's where even I get confused, in my part of life. Because when something bad is happening and when you have the power to say something to change people's minds and you don't use that power, so does that make you in the wrong or not? That's something that everyone views differently. So I don't know if every musician has a responsibility to address any social or political issue, but maybe you can just do your own parts to at least bring about some change, to anything bad that's happening. I mean, it doesn't have to be through music. Maybe just ranting on Instagram, Facebook. These things will help spread awareness as much as music does. So maybe one day something very bad is happening. You never know. Bending Waves might put on an anthem for that thing. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. I hope we don't have to do that. We don't want anything bad to happen when we get a song. We have to make a song. No, we just hope nothing bad has to happen in that. big of a level that we have to step in and say something.
Doesn't have to be bad all the time.
Yeah.
Always, again, spread positivity through music as well.
Right.
Depends on the kind of situation and circumstance you guys are in.
And the last question, a lot of youngsters are watching, especially for the aspiring bands. We see a lot of bands happening, then another like 6 months or a year times, they kind of break up. So what keeps a band intact and keep for them? What according to you, what are the things really keeps it? All of you are from different musical backgrounds and playing together. What is that factor which really keeps a band going?
D word, discipline.
Consistency, discipline, and at the end of the day, I believe it's passion. If you don't have the passion for it, so yeah, passion is one, and playing with the right kind of people. Eventually, if you have the passion, you will eventually meet the right kind of people, and that builds chemistry, and chemistry again builds character, and that's how you eventually just stay with each other,
For me, I'll say what kept us together for so long is probably honesty. We've always been honest with each other, never go behind each other's backs. We tell each other the truth about when we're doing something bad, and we confront each other all the time. We've never had bad arguments per se. It's just these like conversations we have with each other to like, hey, you're doing this wrong, fix it. Like we can't tolerate that. And that helped us stay together for a while, and we work together easier because of that. Honestly.
It's like if you don't communicate well with your girlfriend, your girlfriend's gonna hit you one day eventually. So it's the same with your band. Like you're dealing with human beings. You gotta learn to appreciate one another and deal with others maturely and in ways that, like, I'm friends with these guys. They're not just my co-workers, right? So I'm always gonna keep that thing going on. Like even if these guys fuck up in music, obviously they're still my friends. They're not bad human beings, right? And vice versa. Like if they fuck up in real life, they're musicians. Like you gotta keep that thing apart. Obviously, since we're good friends, it kind of like sometimes it spills over to the other side. But we try to keep that in check. We're always concerned about each other's well-being. We're not just like cutthroat and just like trying to make a living off each other or something. Just the honesty matters a lot, and also the discipline.
So thank you for this wonderful interaction, and it's really enjoying, and you were very organic and raw and straight. You spoke all from this, and we hope to see you in Kolkata someday performing live.
Hey, wait, before you leave, Bhaskar, say hello to our legendary videographer from town, the best
Okay.
in town.
Wow, Bhaskar.
Bhaskar goes on. Passing the mic to you. Say hello.
Few words about this band.
Sorry?
Few words about this legendary band.
I mean, these guys are amazing. These guys are really amazing. I think it's been a year that we guys have like worked together. The journey so far has been good, and I'm like really looking forward to like more projects, like something more. These guys have like a long way to go. It's just the beginning.
Yeah. That's the perfect way to end this interview. Thank you.